Hey guys, welcome back. So, all right, this is the homepage for QuickMail.io. When you come here, you're going to want to click on your free 14-day trial right here. With QuickMail, you have to have a Gmail account to get that working. It does not sync up with anything that is not a Gmail. So that's number one important. Number two, you'll notice here, I have a bunch of different email addresses. This is just how I run my life. But you'll see here, when it comes to deliverability and spam score on your domain name, if you have an @companyname.com email address, which is good, I obviously suggest that you get one of those because that just makes you look more professional. But you're not going to want to be sending your cold email from that email address. You're going to be wanting to send it from sort of another alias. So, for example, here you'll see I have one of the sort of sub brands of my agency is yowlocal.co, sort of my local marketing side, and my main address there is mkhill@yowlocal.co. However, the emails that I send to prospects, my cold prospecting email address, I've created the alias of Joyce Wilson for that. So hers like joyce.yowlocal@gmail. So that's the email address that I'm logged into for QuickMail. The reason for that is I don't want my domain name here to get spam reports, start to have low deliverability scores. I don't want any of that stuff to happen because I did that on my other one here at SEOyeah.com, which is great, but I did some not so great cold email practices with that in the past, and I'm suffering from that currently. So that's why I'm being a little bit smarter about this. You see, I'm not just making this stuff up. I've experienced it, and I'm trying to warn you off. So create another alias here. I just pretend that Joyce is an employee of mine. She's not real. It just kind of is how I reach out to these people, and it's been pretty successful. You can use your own name. I use a fake name. That's just how I do it. But anyway, so here we are inside QuickMail. So this is a dashboard. I'm logged in now. You'll see here you have your stats for the last 7 days, right? You see how many emails were sent, so first touch, so these are the initial emails, how many follow-ups were sent, and just total number of emails. So this past week I've had everything kind of paused because I'm working on a bunch of other things. Don't have time to close people down right now. So I haven't been sending any new emails, but the follow-up sequence is still working. I haven't been touched. I haven't logged into QuickMail in a week, and this is the first time I've logged in a week. This is Sunday. Everything has been sent right here, so this is great. You have your opens, you have your replies, turning cold, how many prospects are nearing the end of their email address, the end of the email sequence, all that cool stuff here. So that's really great. So you see here we have our prospects, right? This is where everybody is hanging out. This is where your whole prospecting thing lives, right? So in the prospects, you have different groups of prospects. You can just create as many different groups as you want. So I can create a group and just be example group, boom. And I have created an example group. You can pick the color that you want them to be. I don't know, green looks nice. Let's pick a green. And so these guys are now my example prospects, and they are green. So what happens is I can come in and I can, email these, so I have this group of examples. So what I can do is, if you're doing this by hand, get out of here, group is created. And then I can go to my list here, and if I wanted to create a prospect, I can be this prospect is example at example, I can't spell, example group.com. And his name is Mike, excuse me, Mike Jones, and he works for Jones Inc. And then I want him to be a part of my example group, right? And then boom, I have just created a prospect. So yeah, and then I can view this prospect here, and I can add all sorts of other information about him. QuickMail has all this information here. This is default stuff that QuickMail will allow you to import. Sorry, this throat's a little scratchy here. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back and I got water, so I should not be coughing into the mic anymore. Sorry, everybody. So this basic information here, this is everything that QuickMail has in it. So you can import a spreadsheet with, name, first name, last name, title, company name, address, phone number, website, Twitter, and just, whatever notes like he's a cool dude, anything like that. And it's just going to, just automatically save that for you. Everything is good on that. You can also add custom attributes. I have this video URL custom attribute here for when, so I have not only a follow-up sequence in place for when I send, hey, like, do you want a video audit? I also have a custom attribute for, hey, you asked for this video audit, here's the video again. And then I have another email sequence to get them to follow up on that to save me time and energy as well. So the most powerful thing here is the sequences. So you have these lists here, and what these lists are is pretty much, you can go in, like, let's just take a look at this chamber sequence, right? So I have right here, I have steps. I have steps here to talk through. So pretty much what you do on these sequences is you go in and you create a sequence of emails. So I'm gonna let's create one right here. So I'm gonna create a sequence here, and I'm gonna call it example sequence, and then we're gonna create it. And then what we do is we go in here, we have steps. So step one, we have an email, and I'm gonna say, like, subject line of hey, and I'm gonna write an email like, hey, I saw your website has a couple of issues going on with it. Would you like to see a video overview of everything that a video overview of everything that's not working right now. Sincerely, Mike. And then what you can do is, you can come in and you can have kind of system attributes here, like first name. So I could say, like, hey, first name. And then it's just going to plug the first name in there right away. I saw you had your website, a couple of issues going on with it, and then I can put their website right in there. You kind of have to copy and paste that a little bit. And then you can kind of work through like that, and it's okay. So that's the first one, right? And then the next thing, it's going to track links, it's going to track opens. Go wait number of hours and to wait until the next sequence. So 72 hours, wait 3 days. I typically like to wait 48 hours, and limit it only to Monday through Friday. So I save that, right? And then I'm going to add another step. And it's just gonna kind of process that for however long it's gonna process it. Yep. And then I come in here, add another email. Hey, again, did you get my last email? And then you can say, obviously you want to just like put some more effort into writing the emails. This is just my example here. And then you can add as many steps like that as you want. And that is really, really powerful. This is really the power of QuickMail, is to write these follow-up emails already set, already good. And then you can just schedule them out like this. You don't have to you don't have to sit there and do it manually. You don't have to copy and paste from a spreadsheet or a text file or whatever. You can just do everything like that right here. It's really, really cool. It's really great. So that's the sequences. But then what you can also do, which is really good, and I love this, is you can set a daily schedule for every sequence. So I can go ahead and create a new schedule here. And I'm going to say, every Monday at, let's say, between 10 and 11 a.m. So between 10 and 11 a.m. is also the golden window for when you want to be emailing these people. I'm going to take, I want you to take 10 prospects that aren't emailed from the group example, and I want you to start the example sequence on them. And you can add that. Boom. Right there. Now, every Monday at 10:49, 10 prospects from example group are going to get emailed. Then I can clone that out. Boom. And I'm just going to, all right, you know, do that every Tuesday. But on Tuesday, I want you to do it at, let's do it at 9:50. Boom. Save. Yeah, and then you just do that for every day of the week. So I already have a system in place for my, you know, my main web leads that are coming in, you know, 25 a day. And I have a whole sequence. You know, you guys can swipe that sequence in the group right there. I'll show you how to do it. It's really, really, really cool. So, and the thing is, you know, so set up this thing. It's going to go and whenever they respond back with a message, that's when you can just say, that's when it'll take them out of the sequence there. So they won't get any more emails after they've responded. And then you can come in with your other email address and talk to them. It's really cool. Last thing I want to show you here about the system is the import feature. So as I mentioned, QuickMail works off of Gmail, and it works, you know, really, really well with Google Sheets. That's how it like gets most of the stuff here. So you can go in and you can pick a spreadsheet. So these are, you know, I don't have very many spreadsheets inside of this email address because it's kind of a dummy email address. But you can go ahead and select an email address here. Or select a spreadsheet that you have information in that you want to import, or even better, you know, what you can do is you can have it create you an empty spreadsheet, and you can just say, I would like a sales example spreadsheet. So QuickMail is going to go in there and create an example spreadsheet. So now I can import from example spreadsheet, but when you select it there, you notice you see a view and edit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit view and edit this one. So now I see, all right, so it has all of the, it's got all of the information here from that QuickMail can accept about a prospect. So let's just fill out one like we're going through here. You know, so I found a guy, his name is Mike at Mike.com. You know, and his title is Cool in Chief. You know, his name is Mike Cahill, right? That's my name. And he works for SEO, yeah. And his phone number is 845-659-6663. That is actually my number, if anyone wants to call me. You know, his website is SEOyeah.com. His Twitter is at electronicmike, which is my actual Twitter account, right? So now, you know, let's say we fill out this spreadsheet here. You know, guys, you don't need every single piece of information here, but let's just say you are able to find it and you're able to do it here. Jeremy, this is the example here. He actually is the head of QuickMail. He's a good dude. I've had some very limited interactions with him, but he's cool. So let's say, all right, so cool. So I have all this stuff here filled out. Let's say I have 50 people in here. So we can go to QuickMail, and I can say, all right, I want you to import from example spreadsheet, and I want you to add them to example group, right? So go ahead and import that. So it's just going to go ahead and import it. Boom. And they sent an email to, you know, my Gmail account there. It just popped up on my phone. It's sitting right next to me over here. And what I can do now is when I go back into groups, example group, whoa, I got 2 more people in there. Who is in here? And I can go to my list here, and I can filter by, I believe I can filter by group, can't I? Yes, only in example group. And yeah, you can do like advanced search, but you just kind of have to filter like that. Oh, excuse me, I promised I wouldn't cough. I did it again, I'm sorry. And then you see here, boom, I have all 3 people here inside of QuickMail. So this is a super powerful thing, guys. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys have any questions about how QuickMail works, if there's anything I missed in this video, you know, post it in the group, email me, message me, whatever. You know, I'll make an update to this video. I'm sure I'll make a couple of updates as we go through here. You know, and I'll show you guys how to do everything you need to do here. But that's pretty much it, guys. You know, you build your prospecting list. You have a VA build your prospecting list here in Google Sheets. And then you import it into QuickMail like we just saw here, and then you go to your schedule and you schedule out a sequence for how many emails you should, or how many people from each group you email each day. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.